And I remember my friend, my roommate and best friend, was writing this song about this paper about buzzing in Madame Bovary, which is the kind of nonsense we were supposed to do back then. So I imagined, like, if I was just riffing on him trying to come up with it, being a total distraction while you're trying to write this song, write this paper, dancing around the apartment going,
No, no, nothing in the whole universe can be minimized overly. Beside the sheer magnificence of buzzing in Madame Bovary.
I've written upbeat songs, but you don't get as much material out of it because happiness is a more static moment. Yearning is really kind of this, like I've always said, pop gets a lot of flack for having so much self-pity. It's like, well, where would pop be without self-pity?
And I gotta be the dumbest man in the world to love you.
One of the things that I approach my art as being, I have a little saying, you can't string a tightrope without two poles. So it has to have something that creates tension. The other thing that I do with songwriting, I think of it as emotional preserves. You're taking a feeling that you had at some point in your life and you're trying to preserve it, put it in a way just like somebody could open up a thing of jam that used to be fresh fruit and spread it on their toast. You're doing the same thing with a song. You're taking what used to be a fresh emotion that you're experiencing in your life and preserving it in a way that other people can experience. So, for instance, Where Your Story Ends, that was an actual encounter that I had. There was this gorgeous young man standing in front of a Bible camp bus, and I mean, I couldn't take my eyes off him. And when our eyes met, there was like this electricity that passed between us. And it was just one of those moments where you just say, whoa, like I'm never going to forget that. That was like so beautiful. But then it occurred to me, that could be a song. And what is the whole point of the song? It's like, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know if you ended up having a really happy life.
And I wouldn't forget the feeling, even if
I started repurposing some of the things I'd written for theater. That I had written this song that a girl was supposed to sing in a planetarium. And it was this kind of very wistful melody, very beautiful melody, but you couldn't take it out of context. It just made no sense out of context. And I suddenly started thinking, this could be a Christmas song. And I had written a few Christmas songs, and I always felt like that's a really good way to break into the market because that's a really hungry maw, and if you can actually get one, to get any kind of attention, then you have the prospect of it coming back every year. So I thought about it, and I thought about my client that had hired me to play her Christmas parties ever since like 1981. I had a dream that involved that client, and I dreamed that we ran into each other in Grand Central Station. And as soon as I saw her, and we hugged, and I said, now it's Christmas. And then it just occurred to me, I could get a song out of that because it's a very picturesque notion. So I took that planetarium theme and started playing around with it. That's what came up with Now It's Christmas.
In Grand Central Station, I ran into you somewhere.
Part of what I'm trying to do is, like, if I do a song and someone comes to mind that could cover it, then I try to get them to cover it because that automatically confers prestige on a song. And a lot of musicians don't do that because they want to be the star of their material. I want people to sing my songs.